If you're running payroll in Xero, there is one part that's easy to overlook, and that is superannuation. With the shift toward payday super in Australia, the way you process super is becoming more and more important. And if you're still handling it manually or outside of Xero, this is a good time to review your setup. The good news is that Xero offers automatic superannuation payments, which allows you to process and pay super in one place with a lot less friction. You heard that right. You can pay super directly from Xero with just a couple of clicks. What makes this thing interesting is that while you can't pay wages from Xero when you run a pay run, you can actually pay super through the system. So that's a real efficiency win. Before we start, there are two things I want to highlight. The first is that Auto Super is available on all Xero plans in Australia at the moment. So whichever plan you are on, you can use it. And the second is that only a payroll admin user can complete the registration. If you don't have that access level, you'll need to contact your subscriber user to amend your user permissions. Now let's go through the registration process.
To register for Auto Super, navigate to Payroll and then Superannuation. If you're not registered yet, you will see this process chart on the screen. The first thing to review is your organization's details, your ABN and your legal name. Confirm that they are both correct. If not, you can update them not here, but under the organizational settings. Then come back here and continue the registration process. Next, you will need to assign an authoriser. This is the person who will approve your superannuation payments. The authoriser must be an existing user with payroll admin access. Ideally, this should also be someone who has the authority to make banking decisions for the business. That is because when a super payment is approved in Xero, you're effectively authorizing Xero to direct debit the funds from the company's bank account. So the approval isn't just a tick, it's an instruction to the bank. So you select the user from the list, then add their mobile number. When a super batch is submitted for approval, the authorizer will receive a text message with a code that is needed to actually authorize the superannuation payment. Xero recommends using an Australian mobile number, but there is an option to enter an overseas number. If you do that, make sure you test it out because if the SMS doesn't come through, the super batch cannot be approved. The same applies to some virtual mobile numbers, as not all of them can receive SMS codes. One more thing. You won't be able to change the email address on this screen here, as that is linked to the user account you have chosen as an authorizer. Once that's all done, click Next. In the next step, you will select the bank account that the super payment will be taken from when the super batch is approved. Xero has a few specific rules around this. You must nominate one and only one bank account. Only accounts with an active bank feed can be selected, and it must be an Australian bank account, and the account name needs to match exactly the name on your bank statement. In my case, I only have one bank account connected to Xero, so that's the only option available here for me. If you've got multiple eligible bank accounts, you'll see more choices here. So go ahead and select the nominated bank account.
At this point, you may see a warning note about an additional layer of verification that can apply to your very first super payment. Let me quickly explain what that looks like. After you submit and approve your first super batch, you might receive a notification from Xero saying that additional verification is needed. You'll have 3 days to finalize it. What you'll need is the 15-digit payment reference number from the bank transaction. In plain terms, you wait until the super payment is actually taken from your bank account, then copy the transaction's reference number into the verification prompt in Xero. You will see that pop up if you go to payroll and then superannuation. If you don't see it there, just click on the pending super payment line and it will be there. And that's it. I know it may sound a bit fiddlier than it actually is, but you only need to do this verification once. or again later if you ever change the bank account that the superannuation is debited from. Okay, back to the registration. Let's continue with the setup.
The last step is reviewing the documents. Click and open each of them, have a read through. These include the service details, the process description, the risk involved, and how you can make a complaint and the direct debit terms you're agreeing to. These matter. They are the terms your authoriser is signing up to every time they approve a batch. Once you have reviewed all of them, acknowledge that you agree and you want to register, then click Register. And that's it, your setup is complete. It's a fairly straightforward process, and once it's done, you're ready to process and pay your superannuation directly from Xero. And one last thing, if you ever need to change the authoriser or swap out the bank account that the super is debited from, you can do that by heading to the payroll and then payroll settings. Under the automatic superannuation tab, you'll see the details you're registered. Click Edit and you'll go through the same process we just walked through. Same steps, just updating whatever needs to change.
And just to leave you with one thought here, setting this up properly isn't just about ticking a box. It's about making sure that when your payroll runs, your superannuation is handled consistently, correctly, on time, and without any additional extra manual steps. With Payday Super coming in July, having Auto Super properly set up now puts you in a good position for managing compliance risk. So you've set up payroll, you've set up Auto Super, and now you are ready for that first pay run.
If this video helped you, subscribe for more practical Xero guidance. See you next time.